Hello, listeners. Welcome back. In this episode, we're shining a spotlight on a topic that's been stirring up controversy for decades, rBGH milk. That's right, the milk from cows injected with a genetically engineered growth hormone. So grab a cup of your favorite beverage and let's get into it. Picture this: a glass of milk, pure and wholesome, right? Well, what if I told you that the milk you're drinking might be laced with a hormone that's been linked to some serious health concerns? This is the reality for many Americans, and it's a reality that the dairy industry and government regulators have been trying to keep under wraps for years. Let's start with the basics. rBGH, or recombinant bovine growth hormone, is a synthetic version of a hormone that's naturally produced by cows. It was developed by Monsanto, now owned by Bayer, to boost milk production. On the surface, it sounds like a win-win. More milk, more profit. But here's the catch. This hormone has been linked to a host of health issues, both for the cows and for us, the consumers. First, let's talk about the cows. When injected with rBGH, cows experience a range of health problems. According to the book, What's in Your Milk? By Dr. Samuel S. Epstein, these include increased susceptibility to infection, infertility, and even burnout, or lactational failure. But that's not all. The stress from these injections can lead to severe stress diseases like gastric ulcers, arthritis, and heart problems. And here's a shocking fact: nearly half of the injected cows become infertile. Now, let's talk about the human health risks. The milk from these cows contains higher levels of Insulin-like Growth Factor 1, or IGF-1. This hormone is known to stimulate cell growth and division, and studies have shown that elevated levels of IGF-1 are associated with an increased risk of breast, colon, and prostate cancers. In fact, the FDA's own documents reveal that IGF-1 is not destroyed by pasteurization and is readily absorbed into the bloodstream, particularly in infants. But wait, there's more. The book also highlights the FDA's questionable role in this saga. Despite mounting evidence of the dangers of rBGH, the FDA has consistently downplayed these concerns. In fact, the FDA approved the use of rBGH in 1993, even though their own scientists had recommended a 5-day withdrawal period for milk and a 15-day withdrawal period for meat from treated cows. This approval was based on studies that were later revealed to be flawed and, in some cases, manipulated by Monsanto. The book also exposes the cozy relationship between the FDA and the biotech industry. For instance, Michael Taylor, the FDA's deputy commissioner at the time of rBGH's approval, was a former lawyer for Monsanto. This revolving door between industry and government raises serious questions about the impartiality of the regulatory process. But the story doesn't end there. The book reveals that Monsanto has gone to great lengths to suppress and manipulate data. Confidential industry files, leaked to Dr. Epstein, show that Monsanto has suppressed evidence of adverse health effects and even used illegal drugs to treat mastitis in cows injected with rBGH. These revelations led to a congressional investigation and calls for the FDA to revoke its approval of rBGH. So what can we do? First, we need to demand transparency. We have a right to know what's in our milk. The book calls for mandatory labeling of milk from rBGH-treated cows, so consumers can make informed choices. Second, we need to support organic and rBGH-free dairy products. By choosing these options, we can send a clear message to the industry and regulators that we won't tolerate the use of harmful practices. In fact, the demand for rBGH-free milk is on the rise. According to a 2005 report by Data Monitor, the organic milk market is booming, driven by consumer concerns about hormones and antibiotics in conventional dairy farming. This is a clear sign that people are waking up to the dangers of rBGH and are voting with their wallets. In conclusion, the story of rBGH milk is a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked corporate power and the importance of holding our regulators accountable. It's a reminder that we, as consumers, have the power to drive change. So let's use that power to demand safer, healthier food for ourselves and future generations. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of BrightLearn. I hope you found this information enlightening and empowering. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out. And don't forget to subscribe and share this episode with your friends and family. Until next time, stay curious and stay informed.
Visit brightlearn.ai for more fascinating videos like this one, and naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage and breaking news on critical stories that keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.